Hi Leo, I love you honey. So this is going to be general reading for the new channel. For you, check out the top 3. We did pull the top 3 this week. Next week we will pull for all signs, and then that top 3 we will pull for all month. And then we'll do it again the beginning of each month. Let's see honey. Put the attention where credit is due. It's going to be for Leo, general reading. Ooh, let's get a good shovel. I love you, Leo. Thank you. Queen of Cups at the bottom of the bundle. Cancer energy. Let's see where it all comes out. 5 Pentacle. Chariot. Queen of Wands at the bottom of the spread. 3 Pentacles. Indeed. Top of the spread, that's what I thought. Boom, shakalaka, shakalaka, boom, boom. Knight of Cups, Pisces. King of Swords, Aquarius. 8 Cups, water energy, High Priestess, higher self. Potential outcome, 8 Swords, exactly. Somebody got you fucked up with another bitch down the street. You understand what I'm saying? We will pull from the bottom of this bundle. I'll set it over here so the focus will stay in play. Let's shuffle one rider weight to get overall energy, and then we can clarify it easier. Okay, my love. Leo. We're going to shuffle 3 times, cut it, clarify. Overall energy. Ooh, Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn, Justice, Libra, Page of Cups, Page of Wands, 3 Swords, 4 Cups, 10 Cups. There's that Tower. 9 Pentacles, Queen of Swords. You know what? Look at this. You have the moon at the bottom of this bundle and the sun at the bottom of this bundle. Look at that. I mean, that right there should tell you something. Everybody else should be stepping back. And if they're not stepping back, and if you two are doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing in the spiritual realm, whoever they sit down right here in your external energy, not only it's going to boom shakalaka, that's 8 cups. It's about to be ripped off the table full of something. So I fixed it, we can clarify it pretty good. Let's see. Where your reading's going to start out, my love, is the 5 Pentacles and the moon. Alone, secret, look at this. Either this is an X or a Capricorn energy that is realizing in secret, alone, that they vibe too low to be part of a yin and yang relationship. And the reason why, it's not that they vibe low, it's that they vibe higher at a materialistic level than a spiritual level. They're worried about $1 more than worried about somebody being okay. Perspectives on life are totally different. Who is this Queen of Pentacles when it comes to the Leo woman? Not protective. It's a mother that didn't protect you. 7 Pentacles. And it's what caused you to assess divine timing energy. Letting go, the 4 of Pentacles, 5 Wands. Letting go of her. Whoever it was, she was testing your passion, testing what you were interested in, your hobbies, your sexual choices. So what? Everybody makes bad choices. But through this, the feminine saw the light. Where is the masculine? Knight of Cups. He's not friends with her. There's the Sun. He's been enlightened. So this masculine is no longer being friends with an ex. He's not allowing the past to control him anymore. That's why your reading right here, my love, is coming out with the Sun and the Moon. Challenge here is the Chariot. Moving forward with it. Go ahead and moving forward with it. Chariot is leaving something behind, not looking back, only taking your necessities and nothing of your wants. You're always going to get your wants later. So that's what this Queen of Pentacles worries about. Wants. Wants before necessities. And the energy that that's coming through with, and the reason why it's such a challenge, the interest weighs more heavy than the emotions. And that, my friend, is what's about to be justified through the divine realm. You get justice. It has the balance skills here. Yeah, this is spiritual justice. Don't ever correct on earth what needs to be corrected in heaven. And it's going to be justified through family. Oh. Weighing heavy on a family is that King of Swords, Aquarius energy. And this is the Libra energy. Libra energy, 8 swords. King and the Queen of Swords is opposite of the King and the Queen of Wands. Air and fire. If you got to think about it too much, there's no passion there. So, what does Leo, man or woman, need to look at when it comes to this 10 Wands and justice? You need to justify the responsibility that you take when it comes to family, that you're protecting. The Knight of Cups in reverse. Somebody here is not your friend. There's the devil. They're only there. Anybody you struggle with finding peace and contentment with, it means that they're not really your friend. If the enemy is talking to your friend that you had lunch with last Friday, they the enemy too. Is what they want you to do is check your circle out, because your circle's not what you think it is. Reason why it's all happening, the Queen of Wands, with the 9 Wands. The boundaries could have been overstepped when it comes to a female fire sign. Page of Cups. Woo, and there's the 7 Wands. The feminine's boundaries is overstepped, and she said something. She stood up for herself. You got 7 Wands, 9 Wands. That's going to leave 2 Wands. She stood up for herself, which that forced the masculine to choose a different path of interest. He's like, you know what? Fuck it. Ain't nobody that perfect. Well, now that weighs heavy. That's the 10 Wands. So it's in the challenge. The more time passes, the more heavier it gets. What's in the 10 Wands? Contract. A heavy contract on hold. The contract felt heavy, so it was put on the back burner for quite some time. Because they know once they start focusing on it, they won't have time to focus on anything else. 3 Pentacles in acknowledgement of what they're looking for. And what they didn't see until the 7 Wands. You stood up for yourself, and you were pretty damn comfortable doing it. So like, damn. Who tried to overstep the boundaries here? Knight of Wands. It's a sexual boundaries. The Chariot. That's why it was left. Too immature to move forward together. These two need to get to where they can ride in the same car together and not touch each other. Be able to have a conversation, not want to kiss, not want to touch. That's the conversation that needs to be taken. Now, if you try to take it to a sexual perspective, it's going to take you through another life lesson. That's what this is saying. Because in the recent past, that 3 Pentacles acknowledge who to work together with, acknowledging that the foundation needs to be rebuilt. This is the Emperor. Page of Wands, sparking the interest on how are they going to find peace and contentment. Temperance is Six senses, a spark of six senses. Yep. Four of Wands. He was comfortable with these boundaries. He was comfortable with the boundaries in the contract. But he was in a contract with the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles. This is the ex. You have a masculine that knows it, and so does the ex and family. So fucking what? Reconsidering the comfort when finding peace and contentment from the start. So if the masculine has recognized it in the past, how come there's no movement now? There's the two wands. What's left over from the 9 wands in the 7? Yep, 2 wands in the 7. They're fighting the interest intuitively in what they're looking for. Scared of change. This person's just literally scared of change. Because at the top of your spread, this Tower, the more mentality of pincushion, the more shit, the more negative thought you allow your mind to accumulate. You know, your mind can only take so much, and that's when the Divine's going to bring the Tower. It's going to be a shocking transition. A deep emotional, immense transformation. From being heartbroken, 5 wands. That's the 5 to the 7. That's what's going to make the 2. One of you are about to transition your location. A shocking change after an emotional transition of being heartbroken by 5 wands. It's either 5 different people through sex or... what is that? Justice. That's what's being spiritually balanced. Sex addiction. King of Swords. Masculine and strategic thought. The cause versus effect. 8 Pentacles. Mastering without support. King of Wands. King of Wands. He has, this masculine right here is sitting around thinking of how many times he's helped people and left himself out in his interest. He's asking himself, why would he even do that? Why is he going to keep on doing that? Where's the Leo feminine up there? It's a Tower. A quick change. It's a one-sided situation of a lover. She feels like she's doing it alone. Is what she feels like she's doing. What's coming in this reading? The Knight of Cups in the World. So the Knight of Cups and the Devil here. Ending the cycle of these negative people. Offering Leo. Ignoring Leo. Anybody that wants them to ignore Leo. They're ending those cycles. Well, what's in the offer when it comes to the Strength card? Strength, courage, power, wisdom, self-love, self-care, self-attainment. They want to level with you. Walk beside you, not in front of you or behind you. Queen of Wands. Indeed. Oh my goodness. They want to level with this Page of Cups. And the 10 Pentacle. Independently owned. Independent legacy. They feel like that you are their own independent legacy. They also have their own independent legacy. Like you. Because right here, the High Priestess and the 9 Pentacles. You both have your independent legacy when it comes to your intuition. You listen to your gut first. Internal energy. King of Swords, Aquarius. Uh-oh. And the Knight of Swords. The masculine wants to say something real quick to family. 5 Pentacles. He wants to tell a family or a marriage that they... Let's see. What's the Knight of Swords and the 5 Pentacles? It's a low-vibing argument within the family. He's not talking. He's not saying a word on who he loves. It's none of their business. He figures the less he says, the better off they'll be. Well, let's leave it there. Because that's when the Tower is going to come out. 8 Cups. Ace of Wands. Once the masculine makes move on his emotions, walking away from things that no longer emotionally serves his highest good, that's going to be this 10 cups, 8 cups. Okay, that's going to be 2 cups. So he hasn't told them who he loves, but you know that if he figured out who he loves, then this other cup, he has it himself. That's going to make 10 cups. That's shockingly manifesting something. Like abracadabra. Give it to us now. Let's see. There's the 10 wands. Weighing heavy in the argument. Uh-oh. That's this Nine of Swords over here. King of Swords. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. King of Swords. They said something to you that they didn't mean. They wish they could take it back. They wish they could take it back. Oh. 5 cups. They're sorry. Focused on justifying it, spiritually balanced it. They said they would do anything that they could to prove to you that they are so sorry. Because the advice in this reading, the High Priestess and the Page of Pentacles, you planted a seed for them spiritually. Right here is where you planted a seed spiritually, because you didn't need anybody to cut you down. The Hangman, a different perspective on where you've been, where you don't ever want to go again. You've actually given them a different perspective on when it comes to listening to their own independent intuition. 3 of Cups in reverse. Boom shakalaka, shakalaka, boom boom. They don't want to come together with you anymore, because every time they come together with you, shit happens. Well, that's where the 9 Pentacles comes in. That's a happy, independent, self-sure, confident, single kind gal guy. Yes, that's how you master yourself and your own independence. Whatever's not supposed to come around you won't. There's the Queen of Swords is what we're going to clarify next. 9 swords. Queen of Swords, 8 swords. A new perspective without knowing the truth. Here's the 8 of Swords and the Empress. Look at that. This Queen of Swords didn't really know who the feminine is. She doesn't really know anything about the feminine. So what we're going to clarify here is what's keeping her so confused is the 2 of Cups is the soulmate connection. There it is. 2 Pentacles. 2 Pentacles, King of Swords, 2 Pentacles, Queen of Swords. She's asking the masculine, she's like, where are you going to? Whoever the King of Swords represents, this is a masculine that is strategically thinking about something he has said. The Knight of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. They are not moving. Oh. Why is this Queen of Swords struggling with the soulmate connection? Why is she so confused? Oh, he's had an argument with her. And there it is in the upright. It's an argument that she's been trying to have for quite some time. I'm asking what it is. What he's going to talk about is she has challenged everything that he's interested in. It's a conflict, a bunch of drama, competition, strife, jealousy. The Page of Cups, which is over here with the Queen of Wands. He's telling her, he says, I'm sorry, but I'm leaving. The Chariot is there. He has made his final and firm decision. And that's why the Chariot right here, yeah, making the decision is one thing, but making movement on your offer is another. So what does this masculine need to do? King of Wands. 3 Cups. Oh, you need to celebrate the challenge. Let me see. Oh, gosh. And leave. Say thank you for the blessing. Thank you for the lesson. Night of leave without sex. Leave without flirtation. Don't smile. No eye contact. Just leave. Block the Queen of Swords. That's the 7 Pentacles in reverse. Don't invest. That's the Lovers. If it's not the Lovers that you're supposed to follow through with, unemotionally fulfilled, not feeling free, the masculine. They're telling the masculine that don't follow through if you don't feel comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable, then there's a reason. Well, there's this Queen of Cups. Let me see, get one more. You got a Queen of Cups here, Knight of Cups. Cancer, Pisces, challenging the masculine's emotions. Unemotionally fulfilled in judgment. Shapeshifter. You ever seen those people that's got 3 different faces, 3 different personalities? Well, this woman, you got the Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords. She come out earlier with the Queen of Pentacles. Who is this woman for this masculine? There's the Five Wands. That challenge, conflict, drama, competition. She's there to break his heart. She's at peace with it. She's at peace with challenge and his interest. Alone. She alone successfully recognizes that this Knight of Wands energy, that immature energy, as long as she can get him to commit to it without emotions, the Queen of Cups is in reverse. She doesn't have to ascend. It allows her to release her emotional confusion, to be able to go back to a past life soulmate of a false start, and when she recovers from emotions. So it's actually a lesson. It's a lesson for the Queen of Cups. And the masculine think it's a lesson for them. No, it's not a lesson for you. It's something you were supposed to teach them and leave within 2 years at least. Where's the masculine need to do now? Five Wands. Challenge, conflict, drama. You need to end all that, because that's where the confusion's coming from, and it's what you need to be spiritually balanced against. Cause versus effect. Why is this energy coming in? What kind of energy are you putting yourself in? You need to recognize what you're manifesting when it comes to a lover's connection, and what you're interested in when it comes to a long-term woman, forever. Five Swords, because there's a lot of challenges and conflict down there of deception. The Divine just told the masculine to be more precise when you manifest. Four Pentacles, Four Swords. You need to sit down and think about it. Hold back, because not knowing something, wait until you find the truth. Allow the Divine to bring the new energy and tell you when it's time to move forward, and focus on seeing it for what it is. Right now, they want this masculine to focus more on the star. Six senses. Get your pineal glands all cleaned out, fleshed out. What would the Divine like to tell the feminine? The Hermit. A reflection of what you didn't know. Page of Cups. The feminine apologized to herself with the Eight Pentacles. She has mastered this offer of a wish fulfillment for the Queen of Cups. This feminine has wished that the Queen of Cups gets everything that she wished for in the world. Well, right there is where the truth and clarity of this path of interest, that's where the truth is going to come out. And it's going to come out with the Sun, that hope, faith, balance, renewal of a situation. The masculine's going to enlighten them. This is to enlighten the masculine that they manifested abundance and sparked the interest of a third-party karmic cycle. The Divine, behind the scenes, wants them to think about this transition when it comes to their emotions. They want them to think about those small contracts that they signed when it comes to their emotions, because at that moment their higher self was telling them not to do it, but they did it anyway. And the Six of Swords, the Divine told them to leave, to be able to level with the Queen of Wands. They should have leveled with you the first time. Now they think they have some explaining to do. No, they don't have any explaining to do. They're just not going to be able to connect with you the way they could have. I love you guys.